Tired of swiping but never connecting? You've tried dating apps, but somehow it's just not working the way you hoped. You don't need more apps. You need better tools. At Singles Seeking Soulmate, I help men become better partners, starting with themselves. Learn how to communicate clearly, set boundaries, build confidence, and actually understand what healthy women are looking for. And yes, you'll also have the opportunity to meet high-quality, emotionally available women ready for something real. You don't have to keep doing this alone. Dating School for Men, real skills, real women, real relationships, this is your moment. Join us and build the relationship life you actually want.
Good afternoon. It is afternoon here where I am, so I wanted to make a part 2 to the part 1 video that I did, about cheating. And I told you all that in part 2 of the video, I would give you some signs of a person who could possibly cheat, but I'm also going to give you some signs that he probably won't cheat. Okay, so I'm going to give you the signs to look for that you want to say, you know what, I don't think I want to do this. This is not looking good. But I'm going to give you some positive signs that it's unlikely that he will cheat. And remember, you can go back, and I want to say it's like 7 or 8 months now, but you can go on my YouTube channel, and if you go back about 7 or 8 months, you're going to see a video that talks about the 2 types of cheaters. So we are talking about the type 2 cheater. Type 1 cheater is very layered, okay? And that is your person who does not have a propensity to cheat. But under certain circumstances, he or she could cheat. Okay, that's a type 1 cheater, all right? And that person, while I'm going to say this, some people are going to agree, some people are not. I still believe it's a character flaw. I still believe it is based in character. But I want you to know this, that person was not out looking to cheat. That person was not out with a wandering eye. They were not out flirting. They were not out, responding to their DMs or sending DMs. They were not out doing that. They were in a relationship with you, and that relationship stopped meeting needs that they had. And because they lack character, they lack the bravery and the honesty to come to you and say, hey, some of my needs are not being met in this relationship. What can we do about that? They did not have the courage to say that, or their character said, well, I don't want to say anything, or I'm living with this person, and if I break up, I don't have anywhere to go. So I got to kind of stay in this relationship, even though I'm not happy, I'm not getting my needs met. Right? In my perfect world, everyone would have the strength of character to fix it or leave it. Those are the only 2 options in my humble opinion. I don't see myself ever cheating on a man. I never have. But the other thing for you to know is because we're all human, because we're all flawed and fallible, it could happen to any of us. But I'm still going to say, knowing the person that I am, knowing how high my moral character is, I will just leave it. I will just leave the person alone, no matter how inconvenient, no matter how hard, as y'all like to say. Oh, that's easier said than done. That's hard. That's hard. No, I'm just going to leave that person. I will never, ever lower my integrity. I will never, ever hurt my integrity cheating on someone. That says something about me and my character. So no, I would rather be inconvenienced. I'd rather lose money. I'd rather lose time. I'd rather do a whole lot of other things than have my character lowered to the point of cheating. So that's just me. I'm not doing that. But the type 1 cheater is not your serial cheater. They're not out here looking to cheat, having a hard time being faithful. They're not out here doing things that cheaters do. You know, they're happy in the relationship. And then when the relationship starts going south, they're like, well, hey, you know, I have needs that aren't being met, or, you know, we're not being sexually intimate, or I feel like I can't really talk to you. You don't have time for me anymore. You're working all the time and blah, 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 blah. You just had a baby and you're spending all your time with the baby. You forgot about me. Like, there are all these extenuating circumstances that person now is like, okay, maybe I can suffer through it for a little while. I won't say anything. Or they may try to say something and you shut it down. Like, there's all these different ways that this could go. And in my humble opinion, they're now right for the work wife, the work husband, the friend's brother, or whoever it is they're talking to about problems with you. And things get on a slippery slope. And then before you know it, oops, I'm in an affair or I've cheated. So alcohol plays a part, drugs play a part, all those things. See, we gotta, But that's your type 1 cheater. We're talking about your type 2 cheater. Okay? And ladies, listen up. Because y'all picker is broken. And you know this. That's why you need a coaching session. That's why you need to come in and talk to me so you can fix your picker. So you can become emotionally mature. So you can think with the logical, rational side of your brain. Your picker is broken. You all are, a lot of y'all are choosing these men. I've had people, and it blows my mind. I've had people come in to my coaching practice or my counseling practice. I've never been with a man that's faithful. Baby, that's you. That's you. I know you don't want to hear that. I know that's hurting you to your core, but that's you. You are not learning anything from these experiences. You're having the same experience over and over and over. You're doing the same thing over and over and over. You're getting the same result over and over and over. And you're shocked. You're surprised that I keep choosing all these cheaters. I had one girl say, well, it's just where I live. It's just the military and that military town and where I live. All the men cheat. No, they don't. You pick all the men that cheat. That's what you don't, that's the reality of the situation that you don't want to come to terms with. You choose cheaters. Okay, let me jump into this because I got to be done in 15 minutes. Signs of the type 2 cheater. Pay attention and stop. Let me repeat myself. Stop seeing 1 or 2 or 3 things on this list and saying, well, it wasn't all of them. Or, well, it was only one thing on the list. No, any of these things. And you might have a type 2 cheater on your hands. Number 1, they have horrible relationships with women. And I put that as number 1 for a reason. So if a man has a mommy wound, if a man has a horrible relationship with his mother, his grandmother, his sisters, his aunties, all of his exes, that's a bad sign. Okay? If he has bad relationships with women, especially the woman who birthed them, if he has abandonment wounds, if he was neglected, that's not good. Because he has a score to keep. A lot of these type 2 cheaters, that's how they get back at women. That's how they get back at their mother. By cheating on every woman they've been with. So if he does not have a good relationship with women, especially his mother, his grandmother, whoever raised him, just be mindful. Okay? The second one, if he lies, even if the lies are small, even if they are lies of omission. A lie of omission is, you didn't ask me this very specific question, so I didn't tell you, right? A lie of omission is, you're dating him and because you never ask if he's married. You never ask if he's legally married, right? You never ask that question. And he never tells you that he's legally married because, oh, well, you didn't ask me that. That's a lie of omission. That because you didn't ask directly, are you married? Are you legally married? Not separated. No. Are you married to someone? Are you in a committed relationship? Are you living with another woman that thinks you're her man? See, because you didn't go through the long list of questions and he says, oh, well, she didn't ask that, so I'm not going to offer that information. That's a lie of omission. And men are famous for that because you all don't know how to ask questions, very detailed questions. But lies, even small lies, lies that says, oh, I blocked my ex-girlfriend and he really didn't. Lies that says, oh, she sent me some nude photos and I deleted them. I got rid of them and he really didn't. Lies that says, oh, that was such and so and it was somebody totally different. Any form of lying, you might have a type 2 cheater on your hands because this person feels comfortable with lying. Okay? And lying is at the heart, it's at the root of cheating. Okay? The next one is lacks integrity. Okay? So if he cheats in other ways, if he cheats on his taxes, if he gets back more change than he should have, and he doesn't say, oh, hey, you gave me a little too much change, or oh, hey, you miscounted. If he cheats in games that he plays or just other things, if he cheats in other ways, baby, he's comfortable with cheating. He don't see a problem with skirting the line. He don't see a problem with cheating. So if he lacks integrity in any way, okay? If he badmouths people, if he badmouths his friends, badmouths his family, badmouths his ex, that's a big sign. Like, come on. And the people in his life, right? He has these friends, he has these people at work, and he badmouths them. He talks crap about them. That's a big red flag. Okay? If he has an avoidant attachment style, and he could be a fearful avoidant, he could be a dismissive avoidant. Either of the avoidant attachment styles is a no-no. That's a no-no. That is a recipe for disaster. And I'm going to encourage you, in the link in the description, I want you to go into the link in the description of this video, and I want you to click on the attachment style link so you can take the attachment style, but I want you to also send it to anybody that you're interested in dating, anybody that you're in a relationship with. Send them the attachment style link and tell them, once you take this, I want you to download that report and forward it to me so you can see what you're really dealing with. Now, here's a little warning I'm going to give you. If that box that's in the attachment style report, so the overall result could say secure, but you have to look in that box and see where those dots land. One of the things I'm noticing about these attachment style quizzes is they are not 100% accurate. You have to look in the box at the bottom of the report. You have to see where those dots land. If they have dots in any other box other than secure, they are not 100% secure. So if there's a dot in anxious, there's some anxious going on. If there's a dot in fearful avoidant, there you go. If there's a dot in dismissive avoidant, there you go. So if there's a dot in any other box other than that secure box, I want you to say this person leans toward fearful avoidant, leans dismissive, leans anxious. They have those tendencies. Okay, but any avoidant attachment style, because this cheating is how the person gets relief from the closeness and the intimacy. When they feel the relationship getting close and intimate and, oh my God, this person is really knowing me and they want me to know them and they want to spend all this time together, I got to get out of here. I got to start calling Susie. I got to start DMing, Keisha, and I got to start doing it. That's when all the foolishness starts. And they're doing these tactics to get the emotional space that they need. So if they start, talking to women online and talking to women in DMs and emailing and flirting at work, see, now it's like, whew, okay, this isn't too close. This isn't too intimate. This person is not getting but so close to me because look at all these other people that I'm dealing with. That's what avoidants do. They have this triangulation. They start bringing all these people in to wish it only be two people. So just be mindful of the attachment style. All right, if they have a history of cheating, and I know we've all thought once a cheater, always a cheater, but here's the reality. An indication of future behavior is past behavior, period. Like, we're just not going to get away from that. People are about patterns, right? We are habitual human beings. We do something enough times, we're going to keep doing it. It's unlikely. So right now I'm trying to give up sugar. I ain't going to give up sugar just like that. I've been eating sugar off and on for years, and 57 years. So it's unlikely that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and never eat sugar again, because I have a pattern of eating sugar. I have a sweet tooth. And that's a strong belief that I have about myself that I'm trying to rewire. So I'm actively rewiring my subconscious mind that says, I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't like sugar. I don't like, cookies, cakes, donuts, and all the things. That's what I'm doing right now. But the truth is, if somebody said, Anita, are you never, ever going to have sugar? What do y'all think? If I've been eating sugar for 57 years, what's the likelihood that I'm never, ever going to have sugar again? So, the reality is this. If a man has cheated before, if he has cheated on his wife, if he has cheated on his girlfriend, if he has cheated on his fiance, you taking a chance. You taking a chance. And if he's cheated multiple times, like if he said, I haven't been faithful to any of my wives, run. Run. Let me tell you who a perfect example of that is. The man that Cynthia, what is her name? I'm looking it up. Cynthia Bailey. So Cynthia Bailey, who was her third husband? I think it was the third husband. No, was the fourth husband. Good Lord. Mike Hill. Mike Hill. Mike Hill has been married 3 times. And he admitted to cheating on all of his wives. I still, to this day, I don't know what she was thinking. But can I be real with y'all? A woman's ego, that's what be getting y'all in trouble. Your ego. That has you believing that you're different. That has you believing that, oh, he cheated on all the other women. He wouldn't do me that way. I'm different. He wouldn't do that to me. I'm not going to give him no reason to cheat. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do backflips in the bedroom. Type 2 cheaters don't care about that. That's why they type 2 cheaters. It's not about the sex you give. It's not about how freaky you are. It's not about how attentive you are and how good you cook. Type 2 cheaters cheat. That's why you need to avoid them at all costs. Nothing you do could ever keep them faithful. Because type 2 cheaters cheat. Okay. All right, but Mike Hill, he's an excellent example, and she should have never married him. That was her own stupid fault. All right, if he lacks impulse control, and remember, some of these things, they can go in other areas of a man's life. If a man lacks discipline, if he lacks impulse control, whether it's in what he's eating, what he's drinking, using drugs, not working out or doing the things he should do, spending money. If he lacks impulse control, that's across the board. He's going to be that same guy when it comes to other women. So just understand that. If he is not emotionally available, and that's going back to the avoidant, if he is not emotionally available, if there's no kindness, no empathy, no compassion. Next. Okay? If he has an addictive personality, we don't talk about this one enough. There are some people in this world that when they get their hooks into something, they are all in. Like, okay, I'm now collecting this. I'm now doing this. I'm now working out every day. I'm now eating like this. And then I'm going to this. And then I'm doing this. Like, they have a very addictive personality. So whether it is drugs, alcohol, whether it's porn, whether it's sex, whether it's work, being a workaholic, be mindful of these men. Because sex is usually right up there. Okay? Porn use. Y'all keep wanting to play with this pornography. Y'all keep wanting to... What's it going to take? What's it going to take to help you to understand that pornography is highly addictive? The bad outweighs the good. I would say there is no good. There is no good in pornography, but the bad certainly outweighs the good. And yet y'all keep wanting to teeter on the edge with this pornography. Women want to look at it, then you want to look at it with your man, and well, we just look at it together. What's the big deal? it's a Pandora's box. And I can assure you, if you are calling yourself, looking at it with your man, looking at it with your husband, y'all not looking at it only together. He's looking at it on his own. And he's getting all kind of ideas in his head. And he want to act out them ideas. He want to see if he still got it. And before you know it, he in these chat rooms, he's on dating apps, and he's, looking for these new sex partners so he can fulfill some of these crazy sexual fantasies. Porn is a slippery slope that I don't encourage anybody to get on. It's just a nightmare. It's the same with threesomes and taking people into the bedroom with you and all this craziness. It's immoral and degenerate. Period, point blank. There you go. I just said it. Okay. And last, if he has and this is a new one. This is a new one. I haven't talked about this. If he has a negative attitude toward monogamy and a negative attitude toward marriage. These men out here today, oh, marriage, I ain't getting married. Marriage is a business. Marriage is a business. I'm not getting married. I'm not getting the state in my business. I'm not getting the law in my business. These men have no honor. They have no regard for monogamy. So you taking a chance. As soon as a man, if I sit down across a man and I ask him his thoughts on marriage, no, I ain't getting married no more. I just get up. I just go about my business. Because the truth of the matter is that level of commitment, he knows deep in his soul that he can't maintain it. That's what he's really telling you. I don't have it in me. When a man disparages marriage, disparages monogamy, disparages relationships, baby, it's not about you. It's not indicative of you and your worth as a woman. He's saying, I ain't ish. I can't remain monogamous. I can't maintain a healthy relationship. I can't communicate. I shut down. I'm not emotionally available. Can I interpret it for you? Because y'all are having a hard time interpreting what men are saying to you. I don't understand it. Any talk about downing marriage, downing monogamy, that's what he's saying. I'm not capable of doing it. So, yeah, don't look to me because I can't help you. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. That's basically what he's telling you. Okay. So those are all the negative traits that you're looking for. And if I'm being honest, if you see 2 or 3, you're done. If you even see 1, like, can I be real? If I see any of these, I'm good. I'm good. And I've had some men say, well, dang, Anita, you harsh. Why are you so hard? No, because I've been there and I've done that. After my marriage, I swore I will never choose another cheater again. And God is my witness. I have not been cheated on since my marriage ended. So clearly I have learned, and I'm teaching you what I have learned. And all you have to do is follow some of these guidelines, and you too don't have to be cheated on. All right, let me give you some signs that he is probably not a type 2 cheater. Okay, because we're not just going to talk about the negatives, we're going to talk about the positives. He is an open communicator. He has no problem talking. He has no problem using words. He has no problem expressing himself, his needs, his wants, his desires. He's brave. He's courageous. He doesn't shut down. He is transparent, and this is a huge one. Ladies, please be mindful. Men who are sneaky, men who withhold, men who are trying to be mysterious. He should be open and transparent. When he pick up his phone, hey, how you doing, Mom? Yeah, I'm sitting here with Anita. Like, that's how transparent he should be. He should be able to have his phone up. He should be able to answer his phone and announce who's calling. That's the level of transparency that you're looking for from a man. And definitely if you ask, he shouldn't have no problem telling you, oh, that was so-and-so. That was Jeff at work. That was, my Aunt Cynthia. That was, he should have no problem telling you if you ask. But if I'm being honest, he should tell you. He should be open and transparent. He should be introducing you to people. If y'all are out and somebody walk up on him, oh yeah, this is so-and-so from work, or this is so-and-so. See, he is open and transparent. He is an open book. He has nothing to hide. Okay? He shares things without you having to ask, but even if you ask, and you should, he will tell you. All right? He's not sneaky. He has high character, high moral character. And you see it in all the areas of his life. The way he treats his family, the way he treats his friends, the way he treats his children. Y'all, let me tell y'all this quick story. I dated a man for 5 or 6 months, 7 months, and the way he talked about his grown children, I was like, bruh, you look stupid. Like, these are the children that I hope you help raise. Right? I hope you help raise these children. And guess what? If you didn't help raise them, now I'm really side-eyeing you. So if you call yourself disparaging the mother for how she raised the children, why didn't you raise the children? Like, there's just no getting around that. It's one thing to be frustrated with your children. I have experienced that. I've been frustrated with my children. But do I talk crap about my children? Do I talk about how horrible they are, how awful they are? No. Because I raised good kids. I raised good people. But I dated this guy, and I kid y'all not, he did not have a good relationship with his kids. I think the youngest one, he would talk to every now and again on the phone, but he rarely saw him. He rarely called him and did anything with him. And then when he did talk about him, he was talking crap about him. And I was like, yeah, I got to end this. Like, I got to end this. And I found this out maybe 4 or 5 months in. That's when I kind of saw the cracks. 4 or 5 months. And then around 7 months, I was like, nah, I'm good. This person does not have high moral character. Look at how you're talking about your children. And then if you didn't raise them, why didn't you raise them? So if you can't do right by your own blood, just walk away. Y'all, just walk away. So integrity, honesty, kind, empathetic, compassionate. These are all the character traits that you should see. And if you don't, if he hates animals, if he talks crap about his neighbors, if he's, if he gossips, if he sees people that are overweight or disabled, I mean, there's some wicked people in this world. They will make fun of disabled people. They, come on. That's a no. So just say pass. Signs that he's probably not a type 2 cheater is he's ambitious, he's disciplined, and he's focused. So if he's focused on a project at work, if he's focused on a business, he really don't have time for all that foolishness. He's like, I got something to lose. I ain't out here in these streets. I ain't got time for juggling 2 and 3 and 4 women. I can barely see you. like that's a really good sign. A man who is focused, a man who is ambitious, a man who has goals, who has dreams. Yeah, he ain't about that life. I can't spread myself that thin. I can barely date one woman. I can barely be in a relationship with one woman, much less 3 or 4 women. I just ain't got it in me. He has a good relationship with the women in his life. So his daughters, his mother, his grandmother, his aunts. He has high regard for women. Men who talk crap about women, be mindful. Be very mindful. And it's so easy today. It is easy to spot a no good man who does not like women, as a gender. So just avoid those dudes. But men who genuinely like women, who have genuine female friendships, who speak highly of women at their work, right? And who admire women. It's like you can't even say that anymore. That a man admires women. Like, oh wow, she's built a great business. Oh wow, she's classy. Oh wow, she's well spoken. Oh wow, she has a lot of knowledge about this subject. Like, that's a good guy. Someone who genuinely admires women. Okay, so look for that. Loves women, and not just the women that he's dating. That's another one. Now the dudes that call themselves loving women is because they want something from them, not them. I'm talking about the women that can't do anything for them. The women that, they can't have sex with. That's what you're looking for. That's a good dude. But someone who is open. He's an open book. Okay? There are no secrets. There are no lies. You know where he is. You know what his day is like. That's probably a good guy. But please be mindful of flirts. Some men don't see flirting as cheating. Some men, they're extroverted and they really get off on, being very flirtatious and calling women pet names, especially strangers. Can I be real? I hate a man. I hate a man that calls strange women by pet names. I just think that's weird. I do. Sweetheart, love, honey, I think that's weird. And I've dated some men here in the South that say, oh, Anita, it's a Southern thing. What? You calling a strange woman that you don't know love? Yeah, love. Yeah, sweetheart. No, that's weird. Like, I don't even know this person. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. And then too, can I be honest? It's almost feminine. Because I know women that do that, right? I know Southern women that do that. Hey, babe, hey, baby. Yeah, love, or whatever. But it's like, dudes doing that? To me, it's feminine. But that's just me. Maybe I'm weird. So, ladies, you have the ability, if you so agree, to never be cheated on again. You do. I have mastered this art. I have not been cheated on in 22 years. In 22 years, there is no definitive or even a thought, like not my intuition going off, not a thought in my head, and definitely no concrete proof that a man has cheated on me. And look, there was a guy that I dated, that we dated for 2 months. I saw some of these flags and I cut it off. So that's what could have happened had I kept going. But at 2 months, I saw some of these signs and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, what? I thought we was trying to go to Florida. No, I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna pass. So I don't think we got to the cheating part yet because we had only dated 2 months. And I kept my drawers on and I went about my business. I saw some of these things I'm sharing with you and I said, nope. But for the most part, I don't choose cheaters. If I come close like I did with that guy, I can get right out of it. And that's the skill that a lot of you all need to learn. You need to learn how to cut it off. That's what I wish I could download inside of every woman. That and a healthy dose of self-esteem. Cut it off. You pull out the scissors. And there you go. Okay? But what y'all like to do? Well, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I felt like, I was being mean. I was being harsh. I felt like... So you're going to abandon yourself. You're going to abandon your intuition. Trying to give a strange man the benefit of the doubt. Trying to give him chance after chance. And you've been with you your whole life. That's what don't make sense. That's what I can't wrap my head around. That don't make sense. I've been with me for 57 years. I'm going to always have my back. If anybody's getting cut off here, it's him. I'm not going to abandon myself for no man I just met. I'm not going to abandon myself for a man I've been dating for 2 months, 3 months, 8 months, 7 months, whatever. A year. So I've been with him a year and I've been with me 57 years. If I see any funny business, I'm getting the sharpest knife in my drawer and cutting him clean off. And y'all need to learn how to do that too. Stop choosing these men who cheat. And look, y'all noticed I didn't say nothing about how he looks. I didn't say nothing about money. Because if I'm being honest, I have met men in my life that were attractive. They made good money. They were physically fit. And they didn't cheat. They did not cheat. They were high quality, high character men. They were godly men And they were like, I don't got time for that. Like, I can barely keep up with the one wife I got. So really, if we're being honest, it isn't about money. It isn't about looks. It isn't about physical fitness. It really is genuinely about the character, the moral character of the man. Okay? Look for patterns. Look for patterns. Men who are bored, men who are not ambitious, they ain't got nothing going on. They're barely working full time. These men have nothing but time. And what did the old folks say? Time is the devil's workshop. Okay? When you are bored and you have all this time, that's when the devil start putting all these things in your head for you to start getting into. So follow these guidelines. I gave you the signs of the type 2 cheater. I gave you signs that he probably won't be a type 2 cheater. Choose the second guy. Assess his character. Stop looking for money. Stop looking for the finest man about town and the way he's dressed and what he's buying you and what he's doing for you. No, pay attention to just how he treats you. Pay attention to how he talks to you. Pay attention to how he responds to your calls or your texts. Right? It's not just what he's tangibly buying. It's not about money. And I really need the younger women to hear me on this. Y'all are making it, this is like a 2025 thing. That he got to have money. He got to be able to afford all this stuff I'm putting on myself. All these wigs and lashes and nails and all this other crap. When the last I checked, if I'm being honest, most women are dating hypogamously. Can we be real? Hypogamy is a thing. It's the opposite of hypergamy. It's women making more money than men. It's women being more educated than men. It's women dating down. If I'm being honest, that's what most of you all are doing. Even the celebrity women, they are dating down. They're not dating a man that has everything they have. They're not dating a man that's making the money they're making. They're not dating a man that, has their level of success. They're dating down. Can we be honest? And it's not to say that those relationships are not happy or fulfilling. Halle Berry's in a hypogamous relationship with a man, and she says she's the happiest she's ever been. So I just want to give that for you to consider. And I know of some women personally who are in hypogamous relationships, and they seem to be doing fine. They have a family, they have a system at home that works for them, and they seem to be doing okay. Okay, so for all of you women out there who insist that the man got to have all this money and do all this and that, 40 to 50% of you won't find a man at all. You won't be in a relationship at all. You won't get married at all. You won't have children at all. So, okay, like I said, and some of you are okay with it, right? Some of you are okay. You keep telling me, I'm fine, I'm not going to settle. Okay, and I'm happy for you. I am happy for you, okay? But most of us will not get a multimillionaire. There are not even that many black multimillionaires in the country or in the world. Most of us won't, okay? So there's a wake-up call that we need to have. But yes, hypogamy is becoming a thing. I'm seeing it everywhere. Everywhere I look, these women are dating down. So there you have it. All right, I just want to make this second video for you. I hope it was helpful. Please put your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Remember, if you want to email me, you can do so at info@betterlovemovement.com. If you have a question, if you have a scenario, if you want me to make you a video response, I am happy to do so. But all you have to do is email me. You can also get a free 30-day trial of Skool, Single Seeking Soulmate, by emailing me at info@betterlovemovement.com. I will have Skool send you the setup. And before you know it, you are inside of the platform. We are in week 16. And I am actually putting together the content for week 16 right now. But you have 15 weeks of content that you can go through at your own pace and watch the videos and yeah, and then catch up with us, or you can jump right in. All right. And everything else there is to know about me are down below in the description box. So please consider becoming a member of this channel. Please like the video to help it to get in the algorithm. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, stay open to love.